I think he just tries to make it look like he's busy. I don't think he actually is.
Oh, that's his pajamas.
I'm going to struggle joining this course going forward because I started a new job on the 1st.
Oh, congratulations!
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you. With the same company, but I moved from defense to healthcare. So.
What do you do, Nick? What do you do, Nick?
So I'm leading the finance for our healthcare business. So it's IT company. So we did all the IT infrastructure for Nightingale. So we got a lot of NHS trusts that we support with all the IT infrastructure.
You're going to be busy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Very busy.
Yeah.
We'll give everyone a couple more minutes, guys, and then we'll look to make a little start. So
Well, I tell you what, I sent my son out shopping because he needed to get out. So he's passed his test and he can drive now. So
well done.
I gave him the shopping list, told him all the things that I wanted to get. And I think I got apples, bananas, mints, and there were 3 pizza. He got everything, potato waffles, the lot. And I thought, what am I going to eat out of that?
Oh, no.
Oh, nightmare. So I think it's his diet for this week, my diet for next week.
Darren went to Waitrose is just round the corner for us. So Darren went to Waitrose on Saturday, and he said the queue was bigger, but he'd gone a bit earlier in the morning, and he was just like, I managed to get everything. And I kind of opened up, and the first bag was chocolate digestives. And I was like, all right, cool. Where's the rest of it? And we got further into the bags and we got actual food.
Yeah.
That was all right. But he keeps picking up Waitrose Essential Tiramisu because it's like one.
It's the same, it's essential.
And it's like this big old tray of tiramisu. I'm like, you're not helping me here, man. You're not helping me.
It says essential on the packet.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
That would probably be his excuse as well. Yeah. Hey, PT.
Hello, see it does have sun in Wales.
Oh,
Look at that sky.
that is amazing. It was raining this morning in Basingstoke.
I was say, what's it like there now?
It's all right.
It's like yours.
Is
It's fine.
It's beautiful outside now.
Yeah,
I'm not just
beautiful.
the lucky one there.
How we doing, Gemma? We all right?
Not bad, thank you.
Yeah, Joe, feeling good? And there's B again. Hey, B.
Always here.
I know. I was on train and I was like, God, B's on it again. Did you hit like, I was looking at the stats. I think you hit like 14 sessions last week.
I did.
Wow.
I did I did like 13. So I was
wow.
That was sent. I didn't do the first one because I had to work. I've done
Impressive, B.
that.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that. Hey, Mel, how we doing?
Hi, sorry, trying to sort folks out with shopping.
It's all right. Are we all recovered after train?
PT
Yeah,
needs
I've
to
been on
turn
the
your
bus since.
turn your screen.
Oh, I have to turn it. Oh, it's
Yeah.
on charge, see? Got like a portable
Yeah.
Right, we can all just look at you like side on. It's all
I
right.
didn't know anyone looked at me anyway. You, Jane.
We do.
Apart from Nick's busy.
Oh yeah, he does his own thing. Oh, maybe not.
I am multitasking.
How we doing, Paula? We good?
I'm okay. Well, I'm not well still, but okay
no.
other than that.
Feeling any better or feeling worse?
Worse today. It's progressed into a cough. So yeah, not great, but hopefully I can stay on for a little while before the coughing fit.
Okay. Well, we can always put you on mute, Paula, and then you can have your coughing fit.
Thank you.
We'll worry about you while you're coughing.
Yeah.
Just wave frantically at the screen, okay? If you need help.
We'll call 999 from here.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's
Okay,
a bad
support.
joke. That's a bad joke.
All right, guys, we'll get started. So I'm going to keep everyone off mute because there's not as many of us today. I think more people are kind of getting into their routines now. Did everyone manage to spend some time getting down what their routine looked like?
Yes.
Actual routine?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I feel mine is a bit false because I'm thinking more about what I'm doing.
All right. So based off of that, guys, did people find quite a lot of dead time like where they
No.
lose a lot of time? No.
No. No, absolutely no.
There was no kind of social media pit holes or anything like that.
I wish.
Scheduled time in for that.
Actually, I have cut down
Yeah, it's
social
like
media.
my survival.
Yeah, whoever
Yeah.
suggested putting the link on your phone to actually tell you how much time you spent on and then capping it, that was incredible. That was like revolutionary to me.
Cool.
Exactly.
I was
exactly.
just like, wowzers.
I just realised how little time I'm doing homework with the children. We're just out cutting around, having loads of fun. I was like, 45 minutes.
And my kids are doing nothing. They're just going to be feral by the end of this.
It's holidays now, though.
I'm like, pick up a dumbbell. That's all you need. Pick up a dumbbell. Come on the rower.
Set them to house chores. I don't know.
They're on. They are on it now.
Love that, Jamie.
Come on, children, slaves.
Do that with a 2-year-old, I would, but I'm struggling a bit now.
All right. So if we did find some pit holes in our time, because we checked how often we're on our phone or the social media, it's a really good time to look at kind of what you would want to do instead with that time. And one of the main things that I wanted to kind of talk about today was how we prep food. So has anyone spent any time meal prepping at all?
I did.
Yes, look at that, Sandra, Nick. Yeah, nice. All right, so when we think about meal prep, guys, I don't mean necessarily like cook up for the whole week. I get a bit bored of the same thing, so I try and cook a little bit more of my dinner, and I portion that off for the next day. It's one way to do it, and it's a pretty good way. But when we think of meal prep, what I want you to kind of think about really is what your ideal healthy plate of food would look like. So the way I broke down macros for everyone was kind of a 30% protein, 35% carbs, 35% fat. So it's more of a kind of a third of a plate for each one, if that makes sense. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah. It's quite easy to visualize, right? So when you think about when you're prepping your food, whether it's just your normal dinner or something to have later, I want you to consider that. So when you look at how you serve it up on the plate, think of a third of that's going to be your protein source. Another third is going to be your carbs and your veggies. And then your final kind of third is going to be your healthy fats. Obviously, some foods contain both, so there's a little bit of wiggle room in there. But that's how I kind of want you to visualize your plate, yeah? Once you've done that, when you visualize that plate, think about what your ideal prep for that would look like. So what would be your ideal meal? So Nick did a great post on the WhatsApp group for his dinner the other night. So basically just visualize your plate. If your ideal meal is kind of like a nice fillet of salmon with some new potatoes and then tons of veggies, visualize how that would look on your plate. And that's one of the best ways to plan your meal prep, if that makes sense. You can plan it with any of your meals. Just think about what your ideal one would look like. Then you can either do it every night, as I said, batch off your dinner, cook a little bit extra, put it to one side, or even eat half of the dinner and put the other half to one side, because you may find that your portion sizing is a bit radical. And then think about every night how you would want to structure that if you're going to do it on a nightly basis. Some of us have got a little bit more time now. Or if you want to prep 3-4 days in advance and just plan the same lunch, because you can, if you're comfortable eating the same thing every day for lunch, you can bulk kind of prep it. And a great way with that is kind of like your microwavable, your veggies, the steam packed microwave veggies, you can just chuck them straight in the microwave. The same with chicken, you can batch cook chicken and marinate it and have the same chicken every day. Same with rice, microwave packets of rice, or if you prefer cooking up batch rice, that's another great way to do it. Does anyone do any of that for their own prep already?
Yes.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I would say though, guys, is don't prep every single meal if you've not really been prepping before. I know Nick does it for his breakfasts on a Sunday, right? You pretty much prep your whole week's breakfast. Breakfast is one of those meals you can kind of get away with eating the same thing. Most of us tend to.
Absolutely.
That's a great one to start with. So if you're going to prep your overnight oats or your smoothie, it's one that you can batch prep quite easily and get into the routine for the next week. So what I want you guys to think about is one meal in the week that you want to start prepping and thinking ahead for. Don't do every single meal. Again, we don't want to overload ourselves, right? If you've already got breakfast nailed, think about lunch. If you haven't got breakfast nailed, let's nail breakfast for the next week, or lunch, whichever one works best for you, or even dinner if you want to pre-plan dinner. I know when you've got kids and stuff, it gets harder because they change their mind on a whim of what they want to eat, and they're blessed with higher metabolism than all of us. But think about that meal that you want to plan out and work towards that this week. So I want us to try and stay and think about one meal this week we're going to prep every day in advance. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah. Then what works for me is I cook like batch, and then I cook about 3 or 4 different types of food.
Yep.
So because I cook batch, so because both of us are taking lunch, or my other half takes lunch to the GP surgery as well. So I put in the fridge 5 days worth of lunches, and the rest goes in the freezer. So there are weeks that I don't cook at all because there's so much food in the freezer. I just defrost the night before, and so forth. So things like rice or pasta, I tend to cook them fresh. So for example, if I defrost the meat and veg from the freezer, I just cook the rice, what is needed for that week. I tend not to freeze rice. And for dinner, mainly fish, like a tray bake. So just take fish from the freezer a couple of hours before that will defrost, chuck everything in a tray and put it in the oven. Only takes 20 minutes or so.
Yeah. No, so it's a really good way to do it if you've got room in the freezer. I currently don't. We've got like a million bits of pre-made pancakes that I froze in the freezer that I brought from Muscle Food. But if you've got room in the freezer, that's a great way. Like literally just cook up a big batch, portion it off, chuck it all in, grab it as you need to. Or like you said, if you can keep 5 days in the fridge, it's a little bit more realistic. It's a great way to do it. It also means you're not going to reach when you're hungry. You're not going to reach for the pizza that your son might have brought back because you've got some prepared food in there. So it becomes a little bit easier just to grab it, chuck it in the microwave or chuck it back in the oven. They're really good habits to do. I'm going to say like it completely depends on everyone individually. Like I cannot do a week's worth of batch prep. Like for me, I do it every night. Like if I've cooked dinner, I portion a bit off, I take it the next day. But I cook every night. So for me, that works. It may not work for you. Like you said, Nick, you don't always cook, which is cool.
Okay, 5 minutes, and starting now.